going on, T?
Not much, how about you?
Not much. Kind of a last minute thing here. Let's see. Alright, I'll be right back. Well, I guess let's see, make sure I'm all set. Did pick my car right? Yep. I'll be right back, T.
What's your strategy?
Right, I'll get these changes made. All personnel be aware, car leaving. Fantastic. That was the fastest lap.
So what's your strategy for
Stay out of everybody's way.
tonight? It's not a bad one.
On Jeff's talking. Hold on. Shut up, Jeff. Jeff's up talking.
Jeff, shut your face.
Yeah, I just try to stay out of everybody's way, given I'm not in this league. But tire strategy, it's got to be a two-stop for me.
We have 2 laps of
don't
fuel
know.
remaining. Okay, we can take you this lap.
Unless you use the hards, but even the game gives you 2 stops.
Yeah, it's an automatic 2-stop. I know for me when we ran the race last year in Tier 2, I was able to make it a 1-stop, but you know, like the thing that helped me out though is me and Arrow were pretty much like we were pretty like neck and neck, and then he went into the pits like I think because he went in for a 2-stop, and then so I had him by like 21 seconds or whatever, and I was able to hold like I think I beat him in the end by like 4 or 5 seconds, but that was before all the safety cars though. I think now you would be better off doing a 2-stop, because I'd find it hard to believe if somebody doesn't retire on track and bring out a safety car.
Yeah, if there is one safety car, I think maybe that makes
I mean, like
one stop possible.
I think my plan for right now is I'm gonna try and take the softs. I'm gonna try and take these softs at least probably to like hopefully lap 11. And then after
Our
that,
best lap so far is a 1:15.3. Standing by.
but try to take them to like lap 11 so that I can make it a 1-stop on the softs or on the mediums if I have to. But also, like, if we get a safety car on like lap 6 or 7 or something, I'm just gonna come in and throw some I'm just gonna throw the mediums on and then maybe do like a medium maybe at the end.
Okay.
Kind of see how everything turns out. But
Yeah, it doesn't take long for the plans to fucking go to hell, you know?
Yeah. I mean, all it takes is one collision, or you know, like if you look at the EU tier race, three full safety cars. Like,
Yeah, it was there.
that's all it takes, you know.
Alright, going on my hot lap. Hold on, yeah.
Gotcha.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left. That's the fastest lap so far. Well done.
See what other Facebook video gems are out there.
With regards to what?
Oh, sorry, I was talking to my hand.
Oh.
But what'd you run on your last hot lap?
Offs.
Or what time?
Oh, the time was 1:15.7.
Nice.
At the time it was 7th, I'm down to 10th now.
I think a low 15 would probably put you, I don't know, because I just ran like 1:15 flat, and I don't know how much I beat, I don't know, either Pup or RC by.
Understood. Stopping
Yeah,
this lap.
RC that had, after I finished my lap, RC had gone to the top. So you obviously...
Shows Pup being, Pup must have edged him out, because I saw that he had, when I was like halfway through my last hot lap, he was, and like RC was at the top or something. I didn't even notice that Puff beat him out, but suppose now I'll get a little time to get a little time now to look at it, and it also gives me a little time to pull up the stream.
Almost forgot to start the Twitch.
Ooh. I just barely beat Doth. Oh wow. Oh, that's close. Oh jeez. Wow. Doth and Janet are separated by 2 1,000ths. Jeez.
Jeez, I wonder. Do I go back out? Where am I?
Our best lap so far is a 1:15.0. Checks complete. All personnel be aware we have a car leaving.
Track is fairly clear.
Yeah, everybody's coming around right now.
And you got, well, Doth has to be coming into the pits. One of the Ferraris is coming into the pits. I don't know who's in the other one. Oh wow. Looks like everybody's coming into the pits.
How many?
You're clear behind you. I don't know who else is, yeah, you're clear. You won't have to worry about anybody being behind you, I guess.
Right, at this point.
Yeah. You just gotta worry about, I'm assuming that's, that must be a Toro Rosso up ahead. That's the only thing you have to worry about.
How about the car behind me?
You're clear.
Is he on a hot lap? It looks like I'm
Yeah. I mean, when you left the pits, there was nobody. Oh, wow. There was nobody behind you. Like, you were past the home straight before the next person came around the corner.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Shut up, Jack. Jesus. RC putting on some hot laps.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job. Great time. You're currently on pole.
I watched that lap so bad.
Just get out of the way.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Oh, I just barely beat RC. Wow.
It's been back and forth with you guys.
And
oh, and there
Doc.
goes Doc.
See, you know what? I like, you know, when you come into the stadium,
Our best
the
lap
little
so far is
hairpin,
a 1 minute 14.9.
like I got up on that curb, the curb to the right, and I
Okay.
almost lost the back end, and I
Yeah.
lost like all my time there. But I was up almost, like, honestly, I think I was close to like being up like 3/10 on my previous lap, and then by the time I got around the finish line, I finished barely. It was like barely a tenth better. But
We're 19th in the speed trap,
happens. Staring at big
199.9
numbers in
miles
the
per
green,
hour.
and then you fuck up just a little tiny bit, and next thing you know, you're fighting to stay out of the red.
yeah, I went a little too deep. I went a little too deep coming into that little hairpin or whatever in the stadium, and then like I said, then I got up on the curb too much to the right, and that really messed everything
Hey,
up.
the top 13 are within a second.
Oh shit! Oh, back! Oh jeez! Hey, he's up there.
All I need is one more to fucking pass
There
me.
we go.
Nope.
Alfa Romeo 1-2.
So I start P10. No tire selection.
No tires. That's tough. You should have tanked it a little bit and let Fuzz beat you out by those, like, what was it, 3/100ths?
Gruesome beat me out by 3600ths. And then 6800ths at Camden Luca, and Buzz, I beat him by 3100ths. You know, blink an
Yeah.
eye.
That's true.
Well,
Yeah, I
know
mean,
what
you
that
got so
means
many.
going into-
Yeah, there's just so many people that are. I mean, they're not even separated by a full 10.
Right, yeah. interesting. Hopefully we can get through the start phase of this race without incident and have a good race.
Yeah. As long as you can avoid the turn 1 carnage.
It's, you know, and I'm not going to take myself out of this.
Out of the race.
I'm not excluding me. When you go into the first turn, all these races, there's always somebody that's just all gun ho, it seems.
Yeah.
Whether it's by mistake or not, and it just takes that one guy to miss his braking point. Think he can get to the inside and can't, you know, and it ruins the race for 2 or 3 others usually. When it's the first lap, first corner.
That's very true.
If we could just get through that first set of corners, first lap.
But yeah, you just gotta, I don't know. I think on a track like this, it's just about being patient. Because, you know, realistically, like, if you can stay within, like, 4/10 of the driver in front of you, coming down the home straight, you know, you get that DRS on them, you'll be, like, you'll get around them with ease. And then after that, it, you know, like I said, I should say there's some good, you know, like, there's some good opportunities to pass around this track. You just have to pick and choose wisely. You know, like you said, you know, there's no need to, you know, try and send it every single time.
Yeah. You look at Doth's time, 0.092. Everybody within a second, Scavney, his is 0.92.
Yeah. This is all pretty close. But now,
yeah,
I mean,
scary going into that first freaking corner. Everybody knows they're fast and they want to make that. They want to get through that first corner ahead of it, as many cars as they can.
Okay, don't do anything reckless today.
Do you like
Just
to
take
go
it easy,
to
and we
the
should have a good
inside of the
race.
first turn, or do you like to go to the outside of the first turn?
you could probably get away with being on the inside, since it sets you up a little bit better for the next corner, but I don't know, like, I mean, it's tricky because you'll have the grip. You have the grip to stay inside, but on the other hand, too, like, once you get through the next corner, like, I'd rather be on the outside for that, so that you can take the wider turn or the wider angle.
Right. Yeah, I think the inside is safer in that if there's something that happens, cars, you know, continue on towards the outside. They don't bounce inward.
Yeah.
So it's a little safer, I would think, on the inside, but I don't know. How much fuel are you taking on?
I'm taking on 39.3 laps, so 3.3 extra.
Okay. I'm just going with the...
I don't know. Like I said, I basically have this set up. Like, I can do a one stop, but I'm assuming if, like, for sure if we get a safety car around lap, I think if we get one like lap 7 or 8, then I'm gonna come in. I'm just gonna put on the mediums, and then I'll probably just make it a 2 stop then.
How many laps can you get on your mediums? 20.
Last, when I ran the race in Tier 2, I got 25 laps out of the mediums last time.
Okay, so it's 36 laps. You've got to get them, well, I guess you probably still had a little ways to go on them.
Yeah, because I came in, I pit on, like, the end of, it was either the end of lap 10 or 11 when I came off the softs. And then, like I said, I'm pretty sure I had, like, 25 laps on the mediums. But towards the end, though, I mean, I was, like, a second. I was roughly about, like, a second off, like, my pace, like, when I started on the tires. So it wasn't, like, that bad of a drop-off. But, you know, like I said, but that was before all of the, like, that was when we didn't even see a safety car. Now, I mean, you're almost bound to see, like, one every single race. So It just kind of depends on when it is.
It used to be that you would see rain every other race. You know,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
now it's freaking safety cars.
I put
the safety cars. I was gonna say
Yeah.
the safety cars is we can kind of control that,
Yeah.
so to speak. But there have been times when the mystery safety car comes out, but
Yeah, for no reason, like somebody just gets spun around on track or something, then it's like, oh, there's a safety car. Have fun.
yeah, it's like freaking NASCAR. So, oh, somebody brushed the wall. Oh, that brings out the freaking safety car. Really? Come on.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
I don't know why, but like literally the only time you really have to swerve is when you're in a wet race. Like if it's dry like it is right now, you don't even have to swerve.
No?
No. I mean, you can if you want to, but
Radar is clear. Weather is looking
Well,
good for
you
now.
want the temperature to be perfect, I guess.
no, I ran a little practice session earlier today, and when I was like racing, I mean when I got like a few laps into it, like my front left tire was getting up around like 215, like 215-ish, and right now I'm at like 185. So I know they're gonna heat up, but surprising though, it wasn't like overheating the tire though. I was kind of surprised. I would have figured at least on the softs like that'd be getting into the yellow on the tire temperature.
Not even 180 yet. Come on. Got 180.
Damn, Beck. Tires are gonna be like ice by the time if we keep going at this pace.
Well, good luck, T.
Same. Hopefully we both make it through the first lap without without any incidents.
Yeah, that is a tall order.
Keep an eye on the
Everybody's
lights.
gotta be on
The
their
start
best
sequence will
behavior.
begin as soon as the grid has formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Come on, Beck. Drag me into second. That's the spirit. Oh, Jesus. What? Collision with Janet. How do I get a
There goes
collision when
Josh.
he's the one behind me?
Well, just spun out.
That's not good.
We're looking good from the start.
Doth had to pit. You are not, no, you can't do 34 laps on the hards. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't get a corner cut for that.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available. Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace. Okay, you're in the top 10.
That's not what I wanted. Was gonna get by back?
You asking me?
No, I guess not. No, we did not. Thank you, back. Hold them off. If only I could pull out a DRS range from the back, I'd be able to...
there, we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Jeff, you don't push that out.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge.
Oh, so Harry hit the wall. Went out of the last turn.
Damn. That's gonna
He's
mess
okay,
up his
he's
race.
still running. But Wilson's got him now. Oh, there goes Gruesome into the wall. That's got to be, that ruined his wing for sure.
And they are just roasting that poor man in the stream. I think I did it. I don't know. I really hope that was before and not after.
He's lagging.
That's good.
Cost me coming out of the last corner. Could have had a shot at getting him down the front, but lost him.
Says a 3-second penalty.
Oh, come on, Harry.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Wow, he fucking sank through the freaking... He sank into the tar.
Really?
Yeah. Thank God he pitted. Yeah, his car fucking dropped into the asphalt.
Somebody got a 5-second penalty for speeding in pits.
That might have been him. He just entered.
pulling into the pits already? Oh, they make them 2-stop.
Just you and me now, T. Oh, well, Diego too. Z. What percentage are you taking your tires to? Or are you just going lap, doesn't matter?
I'm coming in this lap.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
Or, correction, next lap. I mean, I'm on 60% on the front lap. You know what? Screw it.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Wow, I'm in the 40s. 44 at the front left.
Release. We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy. We're running in excess of fuel. We can turn up the engine to mix mode 3 if you need it. Turn fuel to rich.
Up. I wanted to go on to the mediums.
And Puff locks up. Oh, Jim.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get
Shit,
past.
that's saying. Illegal, super freaking long.
We're trailing our teammate by 4.8 seconds. Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Switch to overtake and have a go.
Really? Why do I not have DRS on the cars? Our gap to the car in front is 2.1 seconds. Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment. Oh, and Beck lost it. are you at, GP?
Nice.
The car behind is dropping back by about 3/10 a lap.
Who's out in first?
Who's out in first?
I can't tell who's out in first. I mean, it has to be... Somebody had to have started out on the mediums.
If you think you can get past, increase ERS deployment to overtake mode.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
I'm Harry. It's fucking old. Fucking guy. It keeps jumping in and out of AI.
That's weird.
Well, not necessarily AI, but you know when you have the extra name up there.
Yeah.
Tyre data is looking positive so far. We think there's plenty of life left in these for the moment. Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS deployment to up the pace. At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
don't know how Beck's able to do it in the second sector. He just pulls away from me, and I can't freaking catch him.
Yeah, that one got no answers, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit, for sure. I feel that way all the time. How can everybody be so much faster? And I know it's me, obviously. A lot of times it's different tracks will be shifting. Not like in the correct gear. It could be better track.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
Positioning. Going into the corner in a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, shifting and stuff like that, I mean, it makes a huge difference, but I know for me, I'm running like 4.4 wings, but damn, like Beck he gets out just far enough that I can't get him with DRS.
He's on the same tire strategy as you?
Nope, he just boxed.
You coming in lap 23?
I'm not coming in.
Oh, you're on the...
I want to make this one stop.
Yeah, I fucked up. More or less.
The only thing though is that, I mean, this would be like 13 laps on those soft tires if if Beck does come out on them. I mean, the softs will probably really only give you like maybe like 7 good laps. Driver in front.
They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 13 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:19.3. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Holy shit. Puff's got 6 seconds in penalties.
What's that?
Puff has 6 seconds worth of
You'll
penalties.
be on the softs. Gap to teammate behind is 19.2 seconds.
Puff must be trying to make this a one-stop, too.
Nice, I came out in front of Harry.
Nice. Driver behind.
The gap to the car behind is 2.9 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:19.1.
What gear do you go through that first chicane after turn 1?
After turn 1?
Yeah, you go through the little chicane with the little quick...
I'll let you know. I'm coming up to it right now.
I don't want to make yourself conscious of it. I'm just curious.
Third.
Okay, that's what I try to do. Doth. Shit, Doth is coming out behind me on softs.
That's not good.
I'm not even gonna fucking fight him.
That'd be a waste of, really be a waste of time on your part. I mean, especially, I don't know.
He's been helping me out.
Has he?
You know, he's watched a couple of my race videos that he put. just to help me out with which actually done it for 2 races. The last one and
We want to pit this lap, so push now.
Shut up, Joe. I'm not pitting. Driver behind.
The gap behind us is 3.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 18 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:19.8.
Driver in front.
They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:19.4. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap. They have a time penalty of 6.0. Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
Oh shit, pop pit.
I've been able to stay in front of him.
Top.
Yeah. I just put in the fastest lap, so it's only a matter of time.
He's coming.
I was hoping he would get me on the front straight for the DRS, but he's still too far back for the second 100.
That's good for you.
Oh yeah, he'll have me down the front stretch next time.
Driver behind.
Okay, the gap behind is 4.2 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 19 laps old. Their time last lap was a 1:19.8.
Driver behind.
Our gap behind is 14.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1:36.3. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
So Puff is like 20 seconds behind with penalties.
20 seconds in penalties?
No, he's behind. He was 14 behind me when I last checked.
Okay, gotcha.
But he has 6 seconds of penalties, so he's basically like 20 seconds behind total.
Yeah, gotcha.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
And I'm running less than a second off my lap time. This is where I need to be.
We're leading our teammate by 18.2 seconds. Box now, please. Box this lap.
Driver behind.
There's static over the radio. Say again.
Jeff, you're useless.
Okay, you may start feeling some significant drop-off in grip around now. The data suggests the tyres are getting quite worn. They may not last much longer.
Carry one off the track again. Driver behind.
The gap to the car behind is 8.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 4 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:17.8. They have a time penalty of 6.0. You're dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second. Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well. Let's use some of this energy. Increase the ERS deployment.
Driver behind.
The gap behind us is 7.0 seconds. They're on old softs. The time last lap was a 1:18.2. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Okay, Puff is... Oh, what is he? 13 seconds behind with penalties.
Ginnett just spun out.
He retired.
Not yet. Oh, did it retire?
Yeah, said he retired from session. At least it's, somebody said that you can't finish under safety car in the game.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
That's true, huh? I mean, yeah, I don't know. It still shows him, like, sitting out on the track or something, or either that or somebody else spun out, but... Driver behind.
Okay, the gap behind is 4.8 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 7 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:17.8. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
Thank you.
At the moment, the car behind us is lapping faster than us by around 1 second per lap.
Oh shit, Chad. I'm not gonna lie, these tires are gonna be absolutely cooked by the end of this race.
What percentage are you at?
I will tell you when I get on the home straight. I would not be surprised. The front left has to be on like 70.
Wow.
Front left has to be on at least 70.
I should have gone just one stop.
Hey, it was good enough to win it last season in Tier 2 against Arrow, and it's going to be good enough to win me here too. First win in Tier 1.
This is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
71 on the front left, 64 on the back left, 59 on the front right, and 62 on the back right.
I can do one stop. That my tire was better.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Was better.
Yeah.
I mean, I got 27% left on my fucking medium right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna get points in the sleeve anyways. Just pride.
What's really more important, though? Points or pride?
Tonight it's pride.
Yeah. There you go.
And on Thursdays, they go hand in hand.
That's true. Fuck yes, let's go.
I just want to be competitive. That's all.
I think you are. I mean, like, especially last week. Last week at Spa, you just got, you know, screwed over.
Well, you know what? I watched my video and I was speeding. It was right away. It was basically when the thing first came out. And,
Let's go.
Good job.
The one stopper at Mexico. Oh, that makes me happy.
Gonna go watch the broadcast now.
Fuck. I don't have any... Shit, now I gotta drink the shitty-ass Dr. Pepper. Fuck, I thought I had some... I thought I actually had something to drink.
I'd made myself a fucking Manhattan and I hear the If I can bloop my phone, I'm like, oh, I look at it. GP, you still want to race? I'm like, yes. Thank God it was already made.
Yeah, because they, well, first, like, they were going to even have Coxie, they were going to have Coxie, race too, but then, I thought it was kind of weird, though, like, right when, well, because Stig joined, and then obviously, I would assume, Coxie probably has less points than you do.
Oh, I see. Yeah, in Tier 2 I get...
Or, no, Coxie has more points, my fault. Coxie has more points than you.
Okay.
Because they go off of reverse championship order.
Yeah,
Which, because Coxie's, he's a Tier 2 driver, so...
It's... Arrow... and... Axton. I'm 4th, so Coxie must be 2nd because Axton is 3rd. So, all right. So I was like 3rd on the list, I think, of reserves, and there was 18 drivers in the league that made it. So I must have jumped somebody somehow. I can hear him.
Are we doing interviews?
I think.
Shit.
Ooh,
Puff
he doesn't
had
usually
9
do
seconds?
interviews.
I don't know. I mean, they could, but it doesn't really matter.
T, my fastest lap was faster than yours. But that was my 2nd round of softs. Goes to show how important, well, the difference between the softs. If you had been on the softs for your 2nd stint,
I would have lost to Puff. If I would have been on the 2nd stint, I would have lost to Puff. Oh, yeah. I mean, Puff, it really sucked because he came out of the pits in front of me, and then it's like he fucking... Because when he came in a lap before me, I got passed by, like, everybody. I got passed by Janet, Beck, Puff, like, I think even RC. I don't know. I got passed by a lot of people coming out of the pits. But, you know, because Puff, and I think Puff was even, like, 2 seconds out in front of me or something, or 3, or, I don't know. He was out in front of me, so that's why I tried to make it the 1 stop, because I knew if I came in and put softs on again, like, especially when he was only, like, 6 seconds behind me, you know, it's like, obviously I'm not going to be able to make up probably, like, 15 seconds in 7 laps, so...
Right. You know, and when you... in my head, I was going to follow your plan as we were racing, not prior to, not while we were qualifying, or even during the setup while we're on the starting grid. But as we talked, I'm like, you know what, I should go with the mediums. Worst case, you know, I have to pit again onto the softs, big deal. And I could get a caution and make it a 1 stop on these mediums, but I would have fucking made it. Oh well.
Yeah.
I had a good race. I don't believe I affected anybody else's race in the league, and for once I passed probably 5 or 6 cars when I came out on the softs for the second stint.
Yeah. Yeah, it was I don't know, because like I said, to me, I've had experience with running this setup on 1 stop, which is why I knew I could do it. But honestly, the thing that, you know, like, the thing to me is 1 safety car, and I would have been making a 2 stop, like, for sure. Or more than likely, I would have been making a 2 stop. Because if it would have happened early, yeah. Like, if it would have, because I came in and pit at the very end of lap 10, so basically, like, the start of 11. So if I would have had 1 safety car before that, I would have came in and for sure put the mediums on then, and then I probably would have tried to make it a 2 stop. But if it would have happened later towards the middle of the race, it would have been the same thing. I would have, say it would have happened on lap 22. Well, I'm not gonna try and take the softs 14 laps. So I would have just came in and put the mediums on again. But anyway, I guess they are doing interviews. I don't know. So it was nice having you again. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good, man. And good race. Thanks. Thank you. Sounds good. See ya. I mean, it always feels good to win. I definitely had the intention of, being able to win the race tonight. I guess when I took a bold strategy in trying to pull off the one stop. I mean, I knew I could make the tires last, but I guess it's I need to thank, everybody else that was out here racing tonight, because we didn't have one safety car. So
right?
Yeah.
the rest of the field made it possible, and also it helped at the end too, knowing that that Puff had 6 seconds of penalties before coming into the pits, so I didn't really have to push that hard. But yeah, it was just an all-around fun race, though. I really enjoyed it.
Well, congratulations to you, my friend. How slippery were those mediums at the end? You must have been doing everything you can, changing brake bias, leaving it in lean. How did you manage that car after 24 laps?
Well, like I said, it definitely helped knowing that even if Puff got around me, that I still had that 6 second, window.
I guess so, hey.
To stay within.
A little bit of strategy there, then, eh?
What is it? I mean, I could share my race replay, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say that the left side tires, like the front left, was probably on like 75, 76, and the back left was getting up there to 72. Like they don't feel good.
That's puncture territory. That's puncture territory.
Oh, puncture territory is 100, and I've done that at China.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it takes to puncture 100?
Uh-huh.
It
I didn't know that.
jumps up sometimes, but
yeah, and Puff was right. I could not make. You can't make it 9 laps on the softs, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. There was a lot of varying strategies out there. At some points in time, Terminal and I did not know what people were up to. If the 2-stop with the 1-stop, I thought for a second there Puff was maybe going to stay out on the mediums. Did you contemplate it at all, Puff?
honestly, I didn't. Mexico is like one of the only tracks on the calendar where you can pretty much get away with running a 2-stop.
Yeah.
So I went for it. Like I said, the penalties really shot me in the foot, and then at that point, I noticed JFD and Beck, they were swapping positions quite often, and I was pushing to catch, but yeah, had I not had penalties, it would have been a little bit more spicy at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
I think I could have got
That
there.
definitely would have been. I would have been under a lot more pressure, that's for sure.
Yeah, a couple more laps, I think, and I would have probably one more lap. I would have been DRS. I know Team Money though had a very slippery setup.
4-4 wings.
Yeah, because I
Pistol
noticed
4-4.
when we
Deadly.
were in that first stint, Beck wasn't catching you when he had DRS, so you were holding on to that, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have got by, but no, it was a blast. That first stint was some of the best racing I've had all season.
Absolutely, it was some of the most exhilarating. And you know, with the track only being 114 on a great day, and then you know at your average of like 117, 18, 19 laps, depending on what tires you're on, there was no room for error. There was people all over the track. You were encountering traffic. There was people fighting. There was always a battle to look at. I mean, absolutely, I agree with you. It was one of the best races of the year for sure. You can do. Did you see at all, or what happened to Ginnett to win it? Did you guys see what happened to Ginnett, or did you notice that he kind of went down the pack?
I saw that he retired. I saw he retired, and I can also hear the stream too. So, you guys first said like, oh, and Ginnett, spins out and he's out of the race and this and that, and there's what 4 laps? I think there's like 4 laps left. And
he had a beautiful run up the inside of Beck. Or was it JFD? I think he had he had a beautiful run up the inside of Beck, but JFD was on those slippery tires. And so I think it was Beck and JFD were fighting, and JFD came out in front after the third corner coming, or T4 coming down the second straight, and Beck hit the gas a little too much, spun the tires. Ginnett got a great exit because he saw what was happening, and Beck spun the tires and moved over, touched Ginnett, and that was it for Ginnett. I mean,